In other news, Gatundu South MP Honorable Moses Kuria was violently deported from the podium at the Kitui BBI rally after he allegedly arrived late and demanded for a front seat.
Tunapoendelea na ratiba hii, tunaomba musali.
Now, haters have claimed that this is the first time the Gatundu MP has faced real opposition while trying to get a political seat. Now, one thing I'm not buying from the politicians across board, and I hope I'm not the only one who has noticed this thing in the BBI associated speeches.
Sisi kama wanawake tumesema tunaunga mkono BBI. Na tunaunga kwa sababu tunataka hata vijana wawe ndani ya BBI. Tunataka kazi kwa vijana.
Hakuna kitu tumekataa. Mimi yangu nasema mambo matatu. Ya kwanza, hatutakula BBI. Baada ya kuambiwa story ya BBI, tunataka chakula. Tunataka kazi. Tunataka kahawa. Tunataka majani chai. Tunataka maziwa.
Now, I stand to be corrected, but I feel like BBI has given politicians a platform to remind us of our problems as they invent new ways to do nothing about them. Now, let's start with the fact that all politicians claim to be in support of BBI, and the problem is, the problem comes on how they support it. I can only imagine how confused Kenyans are right now, because to put this into context, this is like your father coming to you and anawambia, watoto wangu, mimi sijakataa mambo ya shule. In fact, education is very important. Mimi shida yangu ni mambo ya mama yenu kuambia muende shule na hamjakunywa breakfast. Mimi kitu nataka kusikia kwa hii nyumba ni mambo ya maziwa, majani chai na kahawa. Ama namna gani? Kama watoi, which side do you go? Now, before I introduce the main subject of our show tonight, I'd like to share with you a personal story. Watu tulikuwa na wao Nguvu Boys wanajua hii story ni ya ukweli. Unaona vile wase wanaendanga shule time ya holiday, mnataka kuanza kucall mapero anze kuwatumia do ya transport ama kutopa pocket money. So we had a phone, na unajua vile phone ilikuwa ni aje mtu anakupea phone, you beep your parents. So one of our students, ama one of my classmates, tulikuwa the same class, kama tulikuwa form 2, ilikuwa the same form 2, alikuwa anaitwa Mokundi. So Mokundi comes in confidence and says, akaambia mwenye alikuwa anapeana phone, ni aje, my dad ni Leon, ukinipea tu simu nimwambie ni mimi, ana call back immediately. So Mokundi akapewa simu, and that time it was very expensive kupea mtu simu yako hata aseme kitu. So when Mokundi was given the phone, akasema, vava, ni Mokundi, voida, akakata. That translates to, dad, it's Mokundi, call me. Baba yake akatuma, please call me. For real. For real. As in, sitasema ni Mokundi mgani, but we had... Sitasema ni Mokundi mgani, but wase Nguvu Boys wanajua around the time we were there, kulikuwa na like 800 Mokundis. So mwenye naongelea anajijua. Now, this is a typical Kenyan story of how lack of airtime can embarrass you. And now Telkom Kenya has set out to make such embarrassments a thing of the past. With a new offer they have a new offer that allows you to make calls for as low as 1 shillings and 50 cents across all networks. Ni nini hautasema kwa simu? In fact, it is scientifically proven that the beep tone, ile ya credit kisha ile ya tut, is the #1 most annoying sound in Kenya, closely followed by ile sauti ya token and this song.
Twasema Uhuru Ruto wembeni ule ule.
Now, to make to push the beep tone as far away as you can and talk on phone for as long as you wish, just load your Telkom line with airtime and subscribe to your preferred package. Just dial *544#, utapata options za kuchoose from. Remember, it's as low as 1.5 shillings as in per minute to all networks, and 1.5 shillings ni 1 shillings and 50 cents. And to give you a taste of what it's like, I have loads and loads of Telkom airtime to give away, and knowing how embarrassing lack of airtime can be, using the hashtag The Wicked Edition, hashtag yetu ya show, hashtag The Wicked Edition on Twitter, niambie ni nani unaweza pigia simu na kredo ya thao mpaka ishe. So make sure in your answer you tag at Telkom Kenya. For Facebook na Instagram, watu wangu, I'm posting this image on my pages right now. It's coming right up. And 1,000 bob airtime goes to the one with the most interesting comment. Twendeni kazi. And that said, away from that, now, simple question. What is courage? Just like I mentioned, it seems like a simple question, but it can get very confusing. Because there's a very thin line between courage, confidence, kiburi, hasira na hii ingine sijui inaitwaje. There goes another perfect example ya vile mambo inakuanga different on ground. Wase wafupi wanaweza relate. Now, would you say that the short-tempered guy is courageous or stupid? That's very courageous if you ask me. To put this into context, ni kama rap battle between Calligraph Jones na Steve Simple Boy. We all know that Steve Simple Boy anaweza fanyia Calligraph kitu hata waisahau maisha yake. The question is, how ready is Steve Simple Boy? And that makes the subject of our show tonight, courage. And here's another video that captures different types of people in a crisis.
Initial hikes. Jesus. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, het kind. Nee. Jezus. Nee. Nee, Jezus. Nee, nee, nee. Doe normaal, man. Jezus. Stond niet nog. Nee. Nee. Oh, wat erg. In die auto, mensen. Kom op. Oh, wat erg. Jezus. Jezus.
The number of times Jesus has been mentioned in that clip. Alafu mzee ni kama ali backslide katikati juu after Jesus tulianza kusikia tii. Now there are people who face a situation head on as evident from that clip, and there's people who wait from a safe distance. These are witnesses and they exist to tell how it went down. Wao wana existingi kupiga story ya vile kulienda, and there's people who choose to run away from the situation kesi baadaye. Now, for those people who choose to remain in the car, it's a perfect depiction ya vile waploti wanaangalianga dema kiingia kwa nyumba ya jirani chali ndio waone kama utatoka huko in one piece. Now, that's besides the point. Courage is relative. We could spend a whole day giving examples of people who have pulled heroic acts that fall under the umbrella of courage. But the kind of courage we'd like to discuss on the show tonight is the acts of bravery by Kenyans like Kina Wangari Maathai and our guest for tonight, who is former Subukia MP, Honorable Koigi Wamwere. And I believe it is safe to say that he has seen it all. For the 70 years that he has been on this earth, he has been to hell and back. That's not to be confused at the episode Need to Hell with Koigi Wamwere, no. Now, let's extend this conversation to the second part of the show to see how much the movie that his life has been will be televised tonight. So see you guys in a bit.
Get an 8-acre plot at Kenya shillings 150,000 for cash buyers or 175,000 for installment buyers. Welcome to our open day on 15th February 2020. SMS plot to 21595.
Selena!
Toto, where's mommy?
Today's a toilet day.
What? Oh.
Selena!
Toilet day?
Tomorrow we're hosting a party and it's a matter of my reputation.
It's a toilet, not a white shirt. Even if you spend your entire day cleaning with bleach and detergent, it still won't be party ready.
Impossible.
Challenge. Harpic 10X. Even if you use bleach and detergent 10 times, they won't give you the same sparkling clean toilet that Harpic 10X will give you.
Wow!
Harpic 10X. Harpic, Kenya's #1 toilet cleaner.
Inakwambia bibi kuna mdenge fulani bibi hapo na nywele refu yani. Kuna ngoko fulani bibi amemechali yake hadi Sasa ndio madonna kutupinya mtu mbao. Mimi nimemjenga dhao gari ilikuwa salasa akaniambia nimjenge 17 na batina dhati yangu.
The way this position is tiring. Nimechoka.
What's that? Ni shosho fulani hapa hivi.
Ati shosho.
Call for long at 1 shilling 50 cents to all networks.
Cartelo!
Dial *544# to subscribe. Telkom, moving with you.
It feels good, Coca-Cola and food, Monday to Sunday. We are chasing taste. Let's just grab a bite, the excuse to drink Coca-Cola. Every single day. So we feel forever be real, together stay free, whatever ends. No, we can't stop, we won't
Heaviness and a burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Kiungulia na kuvimbiwa? Ino inatibu ndani ya sekunde 6 na inatuliza dalili 6 za kiungulia. Kwa hivyo unaweza kuburudika bila kikomo. Ino, tibu haraka kiungulia na tumbo kuvimba.
E-waste defines all electronics that are obsolete or are overtaken by technology. Take initiative to dispose safely. Reach us on email or the numbers on your screen.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. Panadol Extra, now with new Optizorb technology, to fight multiple tough pains with 3 times more pain-relieving medicine in the first 30 minutes when you need it most. Seeing them support themselves makes any pain worth it.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Hanging out, it's my summer, got my squad, we go harder, we got a little bit of feel good now. All I wanna do, all I wanna do, I tell you that it's true. All I wanna, let's have a little bit of feel good now. Be myself, that's my secret. Stop and chill, best believe it. This is the weekend, so we're getting down. Let's have a little bit of flavor.
You're watching Wicked Edition in association with Telcom.
Welcome back to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Like I promised you, show leo ni nzito sana. I am personally very, very excited to have this show. And in studio, our guest for tonight, I believe it's safe kusema he is a ninja. Koigi Wamwere is in the house. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Karibu sana.
Nashukuru kabisa.
Thank you. I think the farthest memory I have of you personally was from 2002. We were in Mwea around that time, and there was a song, I can't remember the artist now. Ilikuwa inaimba, like, I think it was a compliment of change. Like, koigi wa mwere amenyo arasta. I think that was a hook. You shaving the dreads was such a big deal.
I didn't choose to keep the rastas. I was actually forced to have the rastas by prison askaris, especially the officer in charge of Kamete prison.
Yes.
Because every time we had just been arrested and charged with treason.
Yes.
And of course, you know, treason involves the death sentence if you are found guilty.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so every time we went back to prison from court, we would ask for vitana, the combs for combing our hair so that it could look smart. But for the OCS...
Look smart in prison?
Yes, everywhere. Even in prison, people do want to look smart in prison.
For what?
For what?
Yes, as in prison.
Because everywhere, I guess even in hell, there is smartness. So,
yes.
So he would refuse to give us
the
combs to comb our hair. And when we inquired, we found out that he was doing so because he wanted us to look like terrorists.
I read an article about you where you talk about facing, when you sued the government, one of the grounds was you faced racial discrimination from the food kwa sababu walikata ukule waru, as in...
No, what they had in prison, it's not that they refused me to eat waru, although I love waru.
Yes.
That is for sure.
Yes.
It was a staple
food.
For
A-class food versus...
Yeah, but there are there were food food was classified
yes.
into A, B, C, D.
Yes.
And the food that we were getting was for, because the classes were of Africans, Asians, and white people, and Somalis.
Okay.
So we didn't want to be put on a diet for Africans, although we were Africans, because it was the least, it was the worst of, you know, they would just give you ugali.
Yes.
If you had food class D, you are entitled to chapati, to eggs.
In prison?
Yes, yes, in prison, at least in detention. It was at that time.
Okay.
And so we went to court and said we demand also to be given food class A,
yes.
class D, although we were Africans.
Sued the government for chapati na mayai.
That's right. And for chapati, and of course, would you rather eat bad food in prison or good food in prison?
I'd rather be free. No.
But I'm saying in prison.
Yes, yes.
Not
yes.
when you are free. When you are free, you eat what you want.
Definitely. And you have brushed the law, sorry for interrupting, but you have brushed the law with 2 presidents in Kenya, from Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. From Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. What
was the trouble?
Yes.
I think the trouble was that after we got independence,
yes,
our leaders decided that that independence, it meant self-rule only.
Yes.
That once we had people black as we are in power,
yes,
that was enough. That's what independence was all about. But some of us started arguing, although we had been given uhuru,
yes,
we did not have freedom.
And so the subject of our show tonight,
yes,
before we even continue, is you got in trouble with the Kenyatta government and then the subsequent President Moi's government. So the subject of our show tonight is courage, which can be summarized as why you did not learn from your first experience.
Because I say, for instance, why did I not learn from my experience under Kenyatta?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now in Moi's time.
Yes.
The reason was simple, that although Kenyatta had put us into prison and we had suffered for it, we had not achieved what we wanted, which was democracy, justice, equality, employment, mention. We wanted all these things ourselves. Although we had suffered, when we came out, we had to decide which way to go. Do we continue struggling for these things because they are not there still?
Yes.
Or do we give up? And we decided that since we are still young and with enough energy, we could continue fighting under Moi. But if Moi gave us what we wanted, we were ready to stop the struggle, but he did not.
Moi was your friend. He could have given you what you wanted.
He did ask me whether he could have land. In fact, he
offered you land.
Yeah, at a meeting we had in his Kabrak home.
Na ukakataa?
I didn't kataa that directly.
Okay. Yes.
But it turned out that...
The meeting at Kabarak home, yes.
Yes. We are there. We were given very sumptuous breakfast. He asked me where I lived. And I told him that I lived in town. And he asked me, why do you live outside your constituency when you should actually be staying with your people in Nakuru North, which was then the constituency that I represented?
Yes.
I told him I couldn't have stayed up there because my parents didn't have land. I didn't have land either. But I could rent a house in town. So he told me that he actually took the phone. He called the DC and told him a DC called Ogo. He asked him whether there was any land in settlement schemes that they were managing then. And they said yes. So he said, look for a piece of land for Mheshimiwa. So we agreed that the following week, I would go to the DC and he would give me land.
Yes. You agreed on the size, it was supposed to be a surprise?
No, we agree. You mean with
the president?
No, this was agreed that that's what it would be. That after 1 week I would go there, and the DC will have prepared papers for that land, for my ownership of that land. So when I got home over the weekend, I went to see the DC, and I told him that I had come for the land that
you've been promised,
that the president had asked I get from settlement. And the DC said, unfortunately, Mheshimiwa, that land is not with me anymore. I asked him, where has the land gone to? He said, the person who gave you land has taken it away. Why? Uliongea too much. You went to parliament, we should have kept quiet, but you continued talking.
Yes.
So the president didn't like it, and so he took back the land.
So if you had skived that...
So it was quite clear that if I needed anything, then I had to toe the line.
Okay.
I had to speak what the president wanted to hear.
What kept you, what motivated you to keep the craving to go to the jail, to go back to prison? Why? What pushed you?
First of all, let me say that the one reason why I had fought to go to Parliament was because I believed that there would be immunity in Parliament. Before, I had been trying to change things as a journalist.
Yes.
Writing a column for Sunday Post. And every time I wrote that piece, the police would come to my house.
Yes.
We even reached a point where they would demand that I open for them.
Yes.
They would put their guns against the wall, and they would ask me to go to bed. They were also going to bed.
Are they?
Yes.
Good night. As in, they had a gun to you until Usingizi came. As in, they had a gun to you.
No, they just sat there with their guns.
Lala mheshimiwa.
We reached a point where they took off their coats na wakaegemeza bunduki hapo kwa ukuta. Wakasema, wewe lala na sisi tunalala, tutakutana asubuhi. So asubuhi kulipokucha, nikaamuka, nikawaamsha, nikawaambia tupikeni chai, halafu muende kazi.
And that style also comes out in another, that's psychological torture, right?
Yes.
And it comes from a story we shared behind the scenes, and that story scared me personally, about Seronei.
We had been taken to Mombasa, Shimolatewa prison.
Yes.
For detainees review tribunal.
Yes.
The one that examined our cases and decided whether we would continue being in detention or we would be let out.
Okay.
So while we were waiting for the tribunal to meet, we were kept in our cells.
Yes.
Then one morning, Moi visited, and we were all silenced. We were told no one was to talk. Moi went up to the block where Seronei was locked up. He looked into that window.
The window, yes.
The window that has bars.
Yes.
So and he could see Seronei. So he said, Seronei ujambo? And of course Seronei said, mzuri.
Yes.
These people have not killed you yet. So Seronei couldn't say anything. Then he said, in his hearing, he told the askaris, ninyi askari muhakikisha huyu mtu harudi nyumbani akiwa hai.
Na Seronei anasikia?
Yes. And then he left.
Was it Christmas? Because unaweza fikiria wewe ni kuku, because that what does that do to you? As in, did he ever share what that did to him as a person?
Seronei didn't talk again for almost the entire time we were in detention.
Yes.
He kept to himself. When you tried to talk to him, he wouldn't answer. I think he was traumatized badly. He believed that these people could come in and actually kill him.
Anytime.
Anytime.
And that's where courage comes in. Having seen that, having been to prison before, you still come out and go against the government.
What drove us was conviction, the belief that as human beings, and as Mandela would put it, every person, if you don't have it, must have something to live for and to die for.
Okay.
And we were quite willing to die for what we thought was right.
Okay.
But we were not coming home to die. We were coming home to win a struggle. What we didn't know is that this struggle would take a very long time.
And when it comes to the torture and what people go through when they come for you, zile mambo tunasikianga ni ukweli?
Kufinywa?
Yes.
Yes, watu hufinywa. Unafinywa kabisa.
Na ukifinywa unafaa useme kitu ama you just apologize? Ukisema pole wanakuacha ama wana...
Hapana, ukisema unasema pole au unakubali. Unafinywa ndio useme ndio sawa nimekubali, au unasema sisemi tena.
Hautaongea tena.
Sitaongea tena, basi unaachwa. Unaambiwa ile imebaki, ukienda kuongeza maneno hata hiyo itaenda.
Na bado unarudi tena kuongea.
Bado unarudi tena kuongea. Some people survive this. Sometimes you have to be unlucky to be picked for it. Because it's done as an example.
Can you choose to learn from someone else's example? Ama ni lazima mtu achagua mtu wa kufinya at random? Can I say
wanachagua
learn from what huyu
wanaweza kuchagua yule mtu ambaye ana ubishi zaidi. Sasa
kama wewe ni mpole, they have no problem.
Yeah, but sometimes they just come for you also.
But I'll say, mimi hata tutasumbuana, I'll say.
Utasema nini?
Nitasema. Nikiona pliers. Nitakuandikia zote.
Utasema umekubali kila kitu, kula kiapo na fulani alifanya hivi.
Ni hizo vitu hujafanya?
Ndio, hata utasema kwa mamako mlikuwa naye.
Mtu anaweza sema mpaka mama yake na hakuwa hapo?
Hata hakuwepo, lakini atasema.
That happened?
Yes.
You snitch on people who are not there?
Yes.
Then how did they know you have told the truth then?
No, it doesn't matter. At least they will be able to say that we have caught so many people and therefore we are doing the job you gave us to do.
Wewe ulisema nani mwenye hakuwa?
Hapana, mimi sikusema.
Ulikaa ngumu.
Nilikaa ngumu.
Very much appreciated. Wapi makofi ya mheshimiwa? Thank you. Thank you very much. And like I'm saying, I wish we could have continued this conversation because some of the most interesting bits I've not asked was for him to be awarded 2.5 million. The judge said that the people who tortured him, it could not be proven that the people who tortured him were government officials. Yani, there's so much to say.
She also argued that there was no torture.
There was no torture?
Yeah. She said that there was only torture in Committee Block D and in the Nyayo house. Otherwise, in the prisons and in detentions, there was no torture.
Imagine.
That shocked me, and I'm still traumatized by it, because it means that can be done again, and still the government can sit pretty, that it will have no compensation to pay, because there was never torture.
And that said, if this was a phone conversation, tuendelee na tuendelee. And that's because Telkom Kenya has made it possible. I've told you about the challenge for, not the challenge, the offer to talk for as long as you wish and for as long as you can. And that comes with a rate of 1.5 shillings, that's 1 shillings and 50 cents across all networks. Show me a deal that beats that across all networks, not Telkom to Telkom. Telkom to all networks. And it's very simple. Load up your Telkom line with airtime and that will subscribe to your preferred package. Ukishaweka credo finya *544# and that's it. That's
Telkom?
Yes, Telkom.
Invite them to the struggle.
Yeah, wakaribia. Si unaona wanatetea mwananchi wa kawaida. Wanatetea mwananchi wa kawaida. And actually, by the way, you actually did something close to that. We could have talked about that. Mheshimiwa Koigi Wamwere brought up an issue with the president that watu were allowed to buy land at 500 shillings per acre.
But even once, I asked him to be Joshua.
Okay.
And he refused, which meant that he was never going to fight for people to get to Canaan. But actually, I did ask Moi, can you be Joshua?
And he refused.
Yeah, and he kept quiet. He refused to commit himself.
That's because he was Daniel. Now, So like I said, I wish this was a phone conversation. But that's it for the Wicked Edition. My name is Dr. Kingori. See you next week, same time, same place.
Wicked Edition in association with Telkom.
Oya. Bazenga. Bana jua amenichanganyisha, unasikia gari ilikuwa choni na mimi nilikuwa na. Bwana mmeanzaje basi?
Call for long at 1 shilling 50 cents to all networks. Dial star 544 hash to subscribe. Telkom, moving with you.
This Saturday on Teen Republic.
Ungekuwa unakula vitabu vile unakula hiyo kuku ungepata 75 out of 500 Kimani.
The madly talented trio, George and Sharon Wangi, will be serving us a dish of love. The finest Genje Worldwide dance crew will be the life of the party. With the party DJ in the house, you know it's a bash.
Every time you're around me, I feel love, baby.
Teen Republic in association with Fanta. Health is a human right, and science facilitates the enjoyment of that right. Healthy Nation is an informative and insightful pullout on matters health and science. Join the conversation. Get your copy of Healthy Nation this and every Tuesday, only in the Daily Nation. Powered by Nation Media Group and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Yo, Wagwan Jam Down family. This coming Saturday Mazeta kwa ni noma sana. The one and only king of reggae music, Robert Nesta Mali himself, 75th birthday. Tutakuwa na celebrate pale Jam Down on NTV au sio? Alafu pia pana sahau Jawoji anakuwa kwenye radio yako.
Nobody can stop reggae. The Nation FM Jam Down.
From 7 to 10.
MC Jawachi, keeping the energy up.
Alafu after hapo Mazeta tunaingia kwa TV na Miskatiwa 10 to midnight. This is Jam Down. Only on NTV. DJ Mo right here. Let's talk more music.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more.
Lipa na M-Pesa.
Every 100 shillings spent on Lipa na M-Pesa earns you an entry into the draw. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
This is NTV.
The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 2F.
Hey, it's Friday. Friday ndio hiyo tena. Washikadau, ile siku yenyu ndio hii sasa. Welcome to TTTT. Leo nimesema zote. TTTT. I'm your host Eddie Butita. Before I introduce gang ya watu, genge, let's go to the highlights. Nike it or not. Nike waliamua kutuchomesha picha hadharani, but it's okay. Retired president passed on this week. RIP Mzee Moi. Woman drops rape charges on religious ground. This happened is it in Nyandarua? Yes, in Nyandarua this week. School bans over Sunday off. Apparently kuna wanafunzi walinyimwa off, alafu shule ikachomeka hiyo siku. Welcome to TTTT. Your host Butita, alafu niko na watu wangu kama kawaida. Relax. Pale mwisho we have the one and only guy who most people think that anaendaga gym, but it's not gym. Ni shati ndio ndogo. Na zile mateso alipitia katika kazi za mkono. At Nick Okwach.
The kind of work kuingia mtu kukaa hivi.
Unavaa shati za watoto.
Msi underestimate. Kwanza leo nimevaa inaitwa double entendre.
Because
inaitwa double
entendre.
Big thanks to Mutumba, at least people can now get all sort of designs.
Ngoja explain to you why I'm saying that.
Asubuhi 30 yako.
30 yako safi. Alafu pale tuko na at Cindy Ogana +1.
Yes. Imagine, I'm ashamed to say, I don't know what washikadau means.
Washikadau ni wadau and wadaudet.
But you know wadau? No, not like, kudakua. Wadau is actually a Swahili word for shareholders.
But the last time,
washikadau.
But the last time I checked, fees yako hatukugawiwa kitu. Sio ni bora tunakufundisha. Hajarudisha kitu.
Nilifika na kamusi.
Alafu hapa tuko na ule boy wa kufunga mamacho akipigwa mapicha. Someone should tell. Someone should tell why that closing your eyes does not make you look good.
It's for light skin.
Yeah, you see, it's for light skin.
Light-skinned boys get away.
Light skin.
Why there's only one thing why ashaifanya.
No, atuwa wewe comedian.
Akakosa kulala. Kuna enzi alikuwa anaenda gym. Akaanza kuweka mapicha akiwa kifua tupu. Hizi za macho hazifanyi kitu.
So why
Umesema kifua zinafanya.
if you look good, you look good. Kama unakaa mbaya, usilazimishe. Tatu umechora.
Alishakubali hali yake.
Mimi niko na sura nyingine home.
I was telling you. Ngoja nikuexplain.
Usiniambie.
Nilikuwa nakwambia t-shirt yangu leo ina represent vitu mbili. One, Valentine's is around the corner. Kwanza sijui leo mliamwaje ati mtakuwa tu hapa wanaume pekee yenu. So I brought a gift. Nikaletea Cindy.
Umebaya Cindy chocolate.
This is for Valentine's. For the only lady of the team.
Lakini unajiamini. Kama unaweza patia dema na ball zawadi.
Why not?
Hiyo ni patience. Unajitambua. So I say this week.
That's why you're single, you guys.
Ni sawa.
You know,
Finya macho kutafuta dem.
Ni sawa. So this week kulikuwa na sad news. Moi is dead. Everyone knows that. And apparently people have been trying to recount the memories of President Moi. Alikuwaje. I don't know if all of you had a chance to experience your presidency because mmezaliwa juzi. Like okay. Kwach, did you have a chance?
Bro, ni kwenye wazi wa Moi unaniambia nini?
Umekunya wazi wa Moi?
Yeah. But you know Moi, first of all, we have to first mourn the retired president.
Yes.
There is no time ever that someone dying will ever be good news.
Yes.
So we first have to, mourn. Right. And our retired president was a man of very mixed legacy. Yeah, there are people who really adored him for what he did for them, and there are people who stand right on the very opposite.
True.
But one of the things, Mimi as Kwach, I would like to say about Moi is, yani huyo jamaa, if there is something he managed to do, ni kuingiza watu baridi Kenya. Do you know ungesengenya Moi na uko mashambani? Like budako hangekuwa lao usengenye Moi ati there is a way Moi anaweza jua tu mali yako ati kuna mtu anamsengenya akiwa Siaya. And also
the
designs of his leadership. Jamaa alikuwa anaamka tu anaambia mtu wewe ni kama nimekufuta.
On the roadside.
Alafu Kwach juu ndio ulikuwa unaongelea design, wana watu wanasema suti. Yule jamaa alikuwa na suti fitting.
Yes. Yes.
Na kuna story nilisikia, I don't know if it's true but buta verify. Kuna presenter mmoja wa radio aliwaisema mtukufu rais ndio yule na ile suti yake ya kawaida. Na hivyo ndio alivutwa. Cindy, experience yako, what can you say
First of all, my experience with the Moi regime is very close to home because my father was a civil servant. Worked very closely with Moi. And some of the things I don't even think I can say on air, but what I can, you have to give credit where credit is due. we were coming from a system where education was for the elite.
Yes.
Especially high school education and tertiary education. The kind of schools that were there before his era were for rich kids.
Yes.
What he brought in based on his experience as a teacher was education for the masses.
He bridged the gap.
He bridged the gap. Now, there are a lot of people who are saying, while Korea were learning how to code, we were learning woodwork, carpentry. But I see the benefits of some of the things we learned in the earlier system of 844 compared to these kids these days who wear funny gunias and go and sweep the street, which is fine.
Competence-based.
Competence-based curriculum. However, as you know, Kwat said, it's mixed reactions, it's bittersweet. There's a bitter side. There are the guys who experienced how tight his fist was.
Moi alikuwa second president of Kenya.
Najua
ulimsoma kwa vitabu ukiwa high school. So, what can you say about Mzee?
Bro, of course we celebrate the life of Moi. Watu wanaongelea maziwa nini, but kama kuna ame-impact, wacha nikuambie Moi, ame-impact sana comedy industry kwa hii Kenya.
Was it Moi?
Ebu imagine, wacha nikuambie, ebu imagine bila Moi Nyabane angekuwa wapi?
Ridiculous.
Bila Moi.
You are saying nini Kawangware wangekuwa na MP sasa.
Mimi memory yangu poa ya nakumbuka hizo siku ni Mtukufu Rais Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Leo alikuwa kanisani. Anasikia katika habari ya pili.
Mtukufu Rais Kingasia. I can never forget. He used to read the news and every title of like the first four stories would be Moi.
Hata with the focus. Mtukufu Rais na alinyeshewa katika eneo la Kabara.
They used to say his whole name. Sikizi wanasema tu Rais Uhuru akiendelea. Every time you mentioned President Uhuru you would say Mtukufu Rais Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. You wouldn't go and say, oh, President Rais Moi leo kama nani.
Sasa so si tukiomboleza pia kulikuwa na story nyingine sad. Kits for Olympic Tokyo 2020 were unveiled. And Kenyans are not happy. Kenya are saying Nike wametucheza. Because the kits that we were shown, people feel like they're not stylish like they were expecting. I don't know what's your view. Why mtu
kikweli niliangalia hiyo uniform hivi nikaona nikashangani zile costume za Mulamua.
Sini za mchezo na Mulamua na mchezo.
What are you saying about Mulamua?
For real. Zinaka kabro, ni kabro, unavile kabro kwa. Hiyo kitu kiangalia na mtu amevaa kabro.
Okay.
Unasema mtu alitoka kanisa akaona pepe.
Hizo nini hizo wape Eric afanya nayo skits za athletics
comedy zake.
I honestly, let me throw a span in the works. I think they're nice. I think the problem was the model. The model they chose, some skinny guy. If you see the ones for the US, they chose, you know, somebody with a little bit of...
Angalia zote ziko na model same.
It's the same guy. Hata zimemvaa ukiangalia.
Na hizo zingine mbona
Let me ask you.
Look at Canada. It's not any better.
We all know how our athletes look like.
It's not bad.
So there is no way.
The problem is this model. They should
Uli Kingori.
Kingori. Kwach. Do you think ni vile tu haziko fitting but design iko sawa?
No, the design is not okay. First of all, mimi kitu iliniuma ni shida ilikuwa wapi na zile mzee?
Inauma but itabidi umezoea. Angalia hizo. Look at USA.
Ona USA.
USA. But
that's okay. You know, but if you look at ours, it represents our colors and
Germany.
so on.
Which colors? Germany.
But you can represent a different way.
Look at Germany.
Before,
China.
You would clearly see our colors on the attire.
But we do
but
see
with this
red,
one, unaona ni kama ni kuna beehive. And then ni kama locust.
How complex our system is. Look at Canada. This is not. It looks like pajamas. Inakangoza zile za cowboy.
Wakenya tunafaa tuanze ku accept vitu. Hatuwezi kwa tunakata kila kitu.
Hapana Butita. By the way, if kitu ni mzuri,
tungejua wote.
Tungejua
kitu kali. Kitu kali tunajua.
Kitu kali inaonekana.
Okay basi sawa basi watafute ma stylist basi. Sawa endeni Olympic kama medunga.
Yaani unajua kitu Butita kinanishangaza. Ni ati kwa hiyo design. Unajua design ndio yaproviwe. Kuna watu walikuwa board meeting. Wakaprove wakasema this is nice na wakasalimiana. Check out say. Check Butita. Check after the meeting.
That is
good.
nice.
That's good.
This is nice.
Stop all that.
I think
hapana, sangine pia nakwagele story ya. Mimi nakuamini wewe tuma tu. Wewe tume tu.
Ama designer walichukua designer wa Sotano.
Ati nitumie kitu uko nayo.
It's actually not bad.
That's
It's not
our-
the best.
It's
It's not the best, but it's not bad.
Let us know your views on the trending topic. Acha tuongele hizo uniform sana sana hapo. Tell us what you think. We'll be right back after the break. In fact, before hata tuende break, I think next week is Valentine. Yeah. And as the trend na nation pia, we've decided that we have a gift for two. So tutakuwa tunasema at 10 how you can participate, but you'll get a fully paid trip to go to Mayan pale na Nyuki, wewe utulie pale na Valentine wako.
That's
so
nice.
at 10 we'll be showing you how to win this. Yeah.
Oya ni aje, mimi ndo Jonte Fresh. Mimi ndio nimetambulika hii Gikomba yote sekta ya manguo. Jumio transform nguo ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igi kosi yote. Siri ni hii Ariel mpya ya pink. Na kushow mtush zinang'ara kung'ara kushinda kamera. So clean, so fresh. Makastoma unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia Ariel touch of down mpya tu.
Your multi-bet is on its way to hit the bullseye. Oh, you lose one match, but only in Mozart. Mozart Refund, lose one game, get your cash back. Make a decision. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to our big family. You see, in this family, we have fun together. And we look out for each other. Because we care. We share whatever we have. We protect and support each other. Welcome home, where we love and care for each other. We're so excited that you're joining us.
Welcome to the new member of our Nivea family. New Nivea Petroleum Jelly Essence, enriched with glycerin for long-lasting moisture and protection.
Birthday party.
Birthday party.
Birthday party.
Are we not invited? We have gifts.
Malaria. Mommy, best.
Run.
Oh, die.
Party.
Compared to Lord Spray, Mortein Doom Power Guard kills disease-causing pests instantly. Mortein Doom Power Guard.
That is what this could be. Hii yote ni 5 acres. We are going to build the greenhouse for you, sell the produce, na pia tutagawana faida. 75%, 25%.
You mean 75% for me?
Sign hapa kwanza. First year yield itakuwa ni 67%. Na kuna taxes.
You mean tax?
Sign hapa na hapa. Additionally, kuna 2% facilitation fee na warehouse charges. Sign hapa ya mwisho.
And this is a sure deal.
Completely transparent.
Okay.
If only all things in life were as transparent as one bob ni 5 MB. Enjoy the best data rate in Kenya. No bundle, no expiry, no minimum top-up. Now that's transparent. Switch to Airtel, the smartphone network.
Mama, how can I be a champion runner?
Well, you've got to be like a geisha ball. Stay strong and go so far.
Be strong and last long. Like geisha.
How did you end up being a kidney donor?
We lost an uncle in the family, and when one of his brothers came, Guy has been ailing, and he had been attending these dialysis sessions. I took pity on him. He didn't ask from me. I just took pity on him, and I said, I'm going to donate my kidney.
Knowing what you've done, did you ask God, I've given someone a part of me, and then he passes? Did you go through that process?
The most difficult part was his burial. You know, to me, I wasn't burying a relative. I wasn't burying anyone else. I was burying a part of me.
Welcome home to Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Make the impossible possible. Success just doesn't happen. Invest in Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
You are watching The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 2F.
We are back. This is hashtag TTTT. I'm your host Eddie Butita and the gang, Nick, Cindy, and YY comedian. Pale Twitter kumewaka moto. Kumewaka moto. In fact, Karani Mutoga anasema, Nike decided to design ugly kits because last time Kenyan officials stole Olympic kits.
So now this one's a win still.
Alikamtoezi iba. Kwa hapo anasemaje?
Hapa naona kuna watu tu wengi wanasema wanaona show. Mtu mmoja anasema ati kwani nini trend imekuwa roast session.
Roast atuja roast mtu.
Roast. Waiwaje ongea poa juu ya mlamo.
Sasa mama kurudisha story
kabisa.
Cindy uko na Twitter hapo?
Ati nimepata ball season ya locusts ikikam Kenya kwani baba ya watoto ni grasshopper.
Huyo ni Mkenya. Hizi vitu wewe amesema mtu mzima amekaa chini. Aka decide this is what I can give the nation on a Twitter platform. This is my contribution to this country.
Unasema wakiweka writers chini wanaweka Ngugi wa Thiong'o alafu yeye.
Okay, karaita chini.
Okay, karaita.
This week kama najua nyinyi wote mlikuwa na hizo experience za high school zile za kitu principal ameleta rule lakini inaka kuna vile sasa kuna vile hapa Hill wanakuanga na off Sunday. Like every month they have a Sunday that ni kama wako off kao. So they were denied this off Sunday in January and apparently after that happened kulikuwa na fire pale. 2 dormitories ni 2 zilichomeka for Form 3s and Form 4s. So I don't know what's happening with the is it that generation ya sahi ni ile ya uwezi fungia ama ni nini na happen kwa shule zetu sahi?
Where do they get petrol from? At last, that's the thing I've always wondered. Is it that they sneak it in? Do they have it in storage somewhere? But every time kuna kuanga na conflict. No. I went to a day school.
But still, even the day school, amjawai
No.
Yeah,
there's only once where Jammu boys wanted to beat Aga Khan High. Jammu boys wanted to beat our boys because there was a fight over a girl over drama festivals. That's the craziest we got.
But you see when strikes are happening, the reasons behind hizo vitu zinakuanga ni reasons zingine zenye unashangaa.
Za ufala.
Mimi when we were in school St. Mary's School Yala.
You went to Yala?
Yes, the school of the gentlemen. Our school haijaicho.
Bro imetosha.
Si ndio nasema?
Basa oni show, hautatumiwa kitu.
Hata nirudishia kitu.
Okay, sawa.
The only time we ever had a strike ni when walibadilisha diet wakawacha kutuletea beans wakaleta dengu. And we were not prepared.
Chakula na
so tukamwa we wanted to organize a small day but it never went through. Strike haikuwa.
Hata sisi tulistrikingi Butere time fulani Juma prefects wamekula mkate.
Na nyinyi mlikuwa mnakula?
Tumeban. Tumekunywa.
Mlikuwa mna ban? Unajua hiyo
ban kwa nini?
Mkiwa high school alafu uko unakunywa chai kwa dom bila mkate unafukuzwa. Je, utachoma dom?
But unacheki mimi kitu moja naangalia ni safety ya wanafunzi because something happens life ya wanafunzi kwa at risk like what happened in Kakamega. Mliona stampede tumepoteza watoto.
First before we go to Kakamega I wanted to say the thing about schools banning also we never know because sometimes it's not the students, it's people outsiders taking advantage of the situation in school, the unrest, then doing things kama zile ma strikes zilikuwa zile za zamani kitambo. I'm not taking away the ability of Upper Hill kids to ban their own dorms. But sometimes it's people from the outside.
Where do they get the fuel from?
No, fuel let me tell you. Mkitaka kupata petrol ndani shule, hakuna kitu pesa hizi fanya. Una get? So I also want us to look at both sides of this story.
Right.
Kuna the student side and of course there's the administration. These kids, kama it's alleged that that was rebellion. They were protesting. One thing we have to know is that a student's freedom is very important. Key. Now there's no need if it's true walikuwa wamenyimwa off we have to understand for what reason.
Yeah.
Because respect me, I respect you.
Yes.
Okay?
I think most administrations...
Give me what I deserve.
Exactly.
Let me give you what you deserve.
Most administrations of schools, Cindy...
This has nothing to do with them banning. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about the other side of the story.
Yeah.
In as much as we can prevent, not everyone has this the level of self-control.
Yes.
So we have to know what napea hawa toi na wanyima mpaka to what level.
School administrations should understand that the opinion of the kids matter a lot.
Yes.
Please just make them understand that the decision is good for them.
Ni sawa, lakini mimi bado niko concerned na safety ya wanafunzi.
Yes, the Kakamega story.
Wengine wangechomekea hapo ndani. That's why hata nimesema story ya Kakamega. You see, kitu ndogo inafanyika tunapoteza watoto wengi sana.
14.
And no one...
That's a lot.
Yeah, because we need measures. Kids are in school. These are large numbers, like 1,000 kids wengine kwa primary.
You know, to just comment anyone out there, 14 sounds like it's just a number that people died. 14 is a huge number of kids, and none of them was above 10, I think. All of them were below 10. Families, and all of them, we are told, they suffered out of suffocation, out of things that could be, I don't know if it could have been prevented.
And this is the second time there's been a case of a child passing on because of a teacher. Remember there was the one in Mombasa where the teacher hit the child on the head and the child passed on. So I think also the Teacher Service Commission needs to hold these teachers accountable. Because no one is talking about the teacher who scared all these kids.
Yes. And also for the leaders who are taking pictures and making politics out of the situation, shame on you.
Okay, it's even important sana hata tutawataja jina. We take a break. RIP young souls. We'll be right back after the break.
Get an 8th acre plot at Kenya shillings 150,000 for cash buyers or 175,000 for installment buyers. Welcome to our open day on 15th February 2020. SMS plot to 21595.
Selena!
Toto, where's mommy?
Today's a toilet day.
What? Oh. Selena!
Toilet day?
Tomorrow we're hosting a party and it's a matter of my reputation.
It's a toilet, not a white shirt. Even if you spend your entire day cleaning with bleach and detergent, it still won't be party ready.
Impossible.
Challenge. Harpic 10X. Even if you use bleach and detergent 10 times, they won't give you the same sparkling clean toilet that Harpic 10X will give you.
Wow!
Harpic 10X. Harpic, Kenya's #1 toilet cleaner.
It feels good, Coca-Cola and food, Monday to Sunday. We are chasing taste. And let's just grab a bite, the excuse to drink Coca-Cola. Every single day. So we feel forever be real, together stay free whatever ends. No, we can't stop, we wanna taste the feeling. Nothing can ever bring us down. Taste the feeling.
I am pleased by just the simple little things of life. And I promise if you take the time, you won't be looking for too long before you find this little secret of mine.
Melissa?
Mom, it's Dad's birthday today. I'm giving him a party just like he gives me.
Nothing makes a mother more proud than seeing her child growing up. But I know that as she learns to care for others, she'll face even more germs and the risk of illnesses.
That's why you need strong Dettol protection. Just 1 cup of Dettol protects your home and family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
growing up needs dental protection.
Betikana community is a movement. We started this initiative to support grassroots talent because we want to change and transform lives.
Ball imechange maisha yangu. Ball imefanya nimerudi shule, nimemaliza shule. Hope sana ball itanisaidia.
At Betika we saw the amazing talent that our youth have in football around Kenya, and we said, what are the challenges that these teams and these young people are facing? And the most immediate need for them was football kits.
Tumepata uniform safi, tutakuwa tunatumia kwa tournament, so tuko ready kupiga shughuli.
Every winning team will take home a cash prize of 200,000. They get to nominate a community project in their area. Our dream is to see our boys playing in those grand soccer stadiums across the world, and we'll be very proud when we see some of our Betikana community players in such tournaments.
You seem very happy with Molfix.
Yes, we are so happy. I discovered Morphix with my second baby. There's a big difference.
It has a soft and skin-friendly inner surface. And Molfix has the umbilical cord notch.
True. It offers a great protection for my baby.
Molfix breathable surface developed with Airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I've found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
Hanging out, it's my summer, got my squad, we go harder, we got a little bit of feel good now. It's my better, that's my flavor, all I wanna do, all I wanna do, that's all it is true, all I wanna, let's have a little bit of feel good now. Be myself, that's my secret, stop and chill, best believe it. This is the weekend, so we're getting down. Let's have a little bit of
To the out-of-framers, the turtleneckers, the fringe growers, you don't need to hide anymore. Try Dettol Even Tone. It cleans and helps to reduce the appearance of blemishes caused by oil, dirt, and germs, giving your skin a healthy feel. Join the millions that have switched to Dettol Even Tone, now also in pomegranate fragrance, a healthier skin for an even better you. Brought to you by the Kenya Consortium of Medical and Health Professionals. Dettol, be 100% sure.
This is NTV.
Tonight, the morning in Kakamega. Funeral service held for 13 pupils.
Through donating 100,000 for each of the families that lost a child.
But politicians tried to hijack the Little Angels celebration.
BBI ambao wanataka wapatie mtoto ya Kenyatta nafasi ya kuendelea kuwa president wa Kenya.
Plus, they want out.
I'm pleading with my government to consider our safety.
But the government says they should stay.
The best possible option under the current circumstances might be indeed to remain where everybody is.
The agony of Kenyans at the coronavirus epicenter. Also tonight, the ongoing plans for Daniel Arap Moi's final journey both in Nairobi and in Kabarak.
We have agreed to increase the numbers of our security personnel.
And they sang his praises, and Mzee Moi sang a lady's praises.
It's a long way to the barricade, there's a long way to go. There's a long way to the barricade, to the sweetest girl I know.
Daniel Arap Moi's moments in tonight's Bullseye Special.
The Mangu High School Alumni Foundation is holding the 2020 Annual Career Fair on 8th February 2020 at Mangu High School grounds, Thika. Various high schools, colleges, universities, select embassies, foreign study agencies, and various corporates shall be in attendance. Are you a Mangu High School alumni, friend of Mangu, or did you just miss an opportunity to join Mangu? For more information, call 0738 308 008.
Save cash by buying Pampers at reduced prices. The Jumbo Pack has reduced from $1,750 to $1,400. The Value Pack is now $720 from $990. And the Carry Pack is $199 from $220. Save, save, save with Pampers today.
Molfix breathable surface developed with airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I've found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
So jadi madonna kutupinya mtumbao. Mimi nimemjenga dhao. Gari ilikuwa salaza. Kanambia nimjenge 17 ngapatina that yangu.
The way this position is tiring. Nimechoka.
Who's that? Ni shosho fulani hapa hivi.
Ati shosho.
Call for long at 1 shilling 50 cents to all networks.
Cartelo!
Dial star 544 hash to subscribe. Telkom, moving with you.
Melissa?
Mom, it's Dad's birthday today. I'm giving him a party just like he gives me.
Nothing makes a mother more proud than seeing her child growing up. But I know that as she learns to care for others, she'll face even more germs and the risk of illnesses.
That's why you need strong Dettol protection. Just 1 cup of Dettol protects your home and family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
Did you know that Downy Concentrate softens and freshens 2.5 more clothes per litre than the leading fabric softener? It's more concentrated, so use only 1/3 of a cap.
Once your account has been successfully verified and you have received an establishment code, you can proceed to file returns. Click File Returns at the top of the homepage, select Simple Returns, and follow these easy steps. Step 1 focuses on the levy details. Start by selecting the month of payment and VAT. Step 2. If you apply service charge, you will be required to enter the service charge details. Once done filing all the daily entries, proceed to click on the Submit button. You will then get a notification message instructing you to confirm details of your returns. Click Submit after confirming details. You will then receive an e-slip for your levy submission. When filing your returns, an e-slip number or a new establishment code should be used as a reference when making payments to allow for the processing of 2% levy remittance. Remember to file your 2% tourism levy on or before the 10th of each month.
You are watching The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 2F.
We're back. Thanks for watching #TTTT. Kwacho wanasema nini hapo?
Hashtag.
Yeah, kwanza niko na mbili ndogo ndogo. Kwanza anasema kwani issue ya leo ni ya Kericho ikienda huko. Wa pili anasema that guy you were talking about, the presenter, that is the legendary Lenny Mambo.
Ndiye alifutwa
kusema.
kusema.
Ndiye alisema ati rais amerudi kutoka ng'ambo na suti ile.
Mimi nilikuwa najua tu, unajua mimi ni story nimesikia tu. So kwa jua zile stories upigiwa. Zile stories upigiwa.
Hizo stories kwa mingi. I was once told that there was a time Jaramogi Oginga Odinga aligeuka nzi.
Unajua Botita ni 1996.
Okay, ni sawa. Tuendelee na kipindi. So ni Nyandarua County. I think it's Ndaragwa Township. Kuna mama ali drop rape case on religious ground. Okay, she said she cannot proceed with the case. She feels like wacha atoe kesi kotini after alikuwa na kesi ya amerepiwa na PA wa MCA.
I think that's BS because and I need to say this for anybody who's watching, there are religious sycophants out there who now believe this is the norm. Her sense of religious sycophancy is not the right way, because even the Bible advocates for justice.
Yes.
I feel she was silenced, probably, because for somebody just to come and say, it reminds me of that alleged statement that DJ Evolve gave to say that I withdraw the charges because an angel of the Lord appeared and told me to forgive.
No.
It's BS.
First of all, I hope it's her decision, and two, even if it is, I hope the law provides for some way that even if you as a person, you decide to withdraw the case, justice should still
has to be met.
Because this person will make another person a victim.
It will set a precedent.
Why?
Because wakipeleka kesi ya kwanza, alikuwa hajaokoka kama aliokoka pale katikati.
Exactly.
But then again,
and she should do it for the sake of other victims.
Kuna kwangana thin line between a criminal case and a civil
case.
I think saa ile umeshtakiwa kufanya makosa fulani, inakwangani wewe na serikali. Ndio ulikosea mtu lakini umebreak law kwa country. So vitu kama hizo ndio nadhani
serikali sasa ingie katikati the way guys
wange consider.
Haya. These are not cases
because rape comes with a lot of stigma.
Yes, it does.
Yes, for this woman to accept to override the stigma kwa mind yake, there's something bigger than
she was intimidated.
Okay, in Lesotho.
Hey, you guys were on cue.
Kwani ngoja. Okay. It is okay. Lesotho it is Lesuthu.
I agree with you. Lesotho.
Okay.
Lesotho.
Okay.
You're not working on that cause.
It is even though not even two. So, first lady in Lesotho, sawa Lesotho, akona kesi ameshikwa. Apparently she'll be charged because it's being said that she murdered ex wa huyo prime minister wa sai. So mnaona hiyo kesi kweli? Huyu ni dem anakiziwa kuua ex wa mtu mwenye ako naye sai. That was the case.
Never happened in Kenya.
In Lesotho.
You never know.
Yeah.
She'd get away with it.
I think even in
but that's a first lady akona kesi.
Yeah, it's a good thing. First, it's a good thing that an African country is pursuing someone that high up. And two, let justice take its course.
Na ujue hata pia PM anafaa kuandika ka statement juu hiyo story. That's how justice is uko.
I think one of the major attributes of being a leader is ability to control your emotion. And emotional stability.
Yes.
Or rather emotional intelligence. And African leaders have actually exercised wametufundisha. If look at even the case that we had juzi, because it's very easy to get away with this situation based on the position
that you are in.
That I'm in. Chris Rock once said that if you have a gun, you don't need to work out.
You have the muscles.
That is the principle wamekuwatumia, but we know no one is above the law. At least inafaa kwa kila mahali. So at 10 p.m. we'll be doing something. So for you to participate, stay tuned at 10. Unaweza shinda wewe na Valentine wako a fully paid trip to Mayan in Nanyuki. So stay tuned at 10 p.m. We'll be showing you what to do. That's it. This is Ash TTTT. I was your host Eddie Butita at Lee Quach, at Cindy Ogana, at YY Comedian. Thank you people for coming. We appreciate you. We as NTV appreciate you. We appreciate. So tennis.
Does His Highness the Aga Khan know?
The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 2F.
Prepare yourself for a new live bet experience. Top minute, boosted live bet odds. Mozart, make a decision.
What do you see on the horizon? They say how you start your decade will determine how the rest of it will be. Imagine a decade full of opportunities, investment being one of them. Do you want a place to feed your mind, body and soul? A place to unwind every day? Where you can get your health and fitness goals attained, a secure place for your family, a center for quality academic goals for your kids, or perhaps a place to connect with your friends. Well, you can get all this and more at Amani Ridge, the place of peace, just 20 kilometers from the CBD. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
Imperial Education Consultants is inviting students and parents to their International Universities Expo, where different universities from the UK, Canada, US, Malaysia, Russia and many more will be attending. Don't forget, entry is free on the 3rd of February, Sirikwa Hotel Eldoret, 4th of February, Merika Hotel Nakuru. On the 8th of February, Sankara Hotel Nairobi, and on the 9th of February, Bliss Resort Nyali Mombasa. IEC helps you with free career counseling, university application, study visa assistance, scholarship assistance, loan assistance, accommodation booking, travel arrangements, pre-departure briefing, and airport pickup assistance.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more, and now you can win.
Kwa majina naitwa Samuel Wajohi kutoka Nyeri County. Kazi yenye nafanya ni ya kugonga kagoto, kuweka malori. Maisha yangu imebadilika sababu yada mahali nikalipa na tiru namba. Tuesday asubuhi nikapigiwa na Safaricom. Ikasemekana mimi nimejishindia nyumba nalipa na M-Pesa. Funguo iko kwa mkono yangu na maisha yangu imebadilika kwa saa hii. Wenye wako nyumbani ama Kenya yote mahali iko, waendelee kushiriki, nalipa na M-Pesa, tutazidi kushinda.
Lipa na M-Pesa and win now. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
Over the years, Camry has grown to become a world-renowned medical research institution. Join us on the 10th February 2020 as we celebrate our 40th anniversary. The hallmark of the anniversary celebrations is the 10th Camry Annual Scientific and Health Conference taking place between 11th and 13th February 2020 at the Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi. Camry will also have a free specialized medical camp in various counties across the country. Visit our website for more information.
Taratibu at O-Class is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for people to own or purchase plots near Nairobi and specifically in Kiambu County, thanks to the affordable monthly installments, where now one can be able to book a plot with a minimum deposit of 10% and be able to spread the payments for over a period of 4 years.
This land is available in 1/4 acres and 1/8 of an acre. The title that will be made available to you will be in a form known as Certificate of Lease, which looks like a title deed, and it's a lease for 99 years, commencing from 1st June 2018. This title is capable of being assigned, transferred, leased, and being used as a collateral to get a facility from a bank.
Our email is info@taratibu.ke and our cell phone number is 0769 333 333.
Ni nani? Jemo.
Naona tu nikachai buda.
Hapa nikachai tu tunashapa hivyo hivyo.
Umesema hakuna mkate kabisa?
Hakuna.
Chaja hii simu.
Acha nikuombe kwa neighbor. Ndio hiyo.
Niko na kiselekta hapa.
Mkate ni selector. Tosha.
Demo!
Meru County Government brings you the first ever Mount Kenya Mountain Running Championship on 22nd February 2020. Come run for a cause to fight cancer, boost environmental conservation and promote Meru County as a tourist destination. The proceeds from this run go towards the building of the first ever Cancer Institute in Meru Level 5, which will be used to do research on cancer, create awareness, advise on preventive measures, offer diagnosis and treatment. Register to be part of the event at www.mountkenyarun.co.ke. Challenging the heights.
Beba. 50-50. Oya kaenda buda.
Shapo mbele na unipe change.
Sawa. Fanya hivi, nipatie alafu nikupatie 80, alafu huyu dem atakupatia 30, alafu ule mzee akinipatia robe yangu na kupatia alafu huyu dem bado akona yangu akinipatia na kupatia 80 au narudisha 50. Simple. Sawa.
If only all things in life were as simple as 2 bob per minute to any network. Enjoy the best voice rate in Kenya. No bundle, no expiry, no minimum top-up. Now that's simple. Switch to Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Mangu High School Alumni Foundation is holding the 2020 Annual Career Fair on 8th February 2020 at Mangu High School grounds, Thika. Various high schools, colleges, universities, select embassies, foreign study agencies, and various corporates shall be in attendance. Are you a Mangu High School alumni, friend of Mangu, or did you just miss an opportunity to join Mangu? For more information, call 0738 308 008.
This is NTV.
Hello there, it's the 7th day of February 2020. Welcome to NTV Weekend Edition live from the nation's center. The top stories.
Tonight, the morning in Kakamega. Funeral service held for 13 pupils.
Through donating 100,000 for each of the families that lost a child.
But politicians tried to hijack the Little Angels celebration.
BBI ambao wanataka wapatie mtoto ya Kenyatta nafasi ya kuendelea kuwa president wa Kenya.
Plus, they want out.
I'm pleading with my government to consider our safety.
But the government says they should stay.
The best possible option under the current circumstances might be indeed to remain where everybody is.
The agony of Kenyans at the coronavirus epicenter. Also tonight, the ongoing plans for Daniel Arap Moi's final journey both in Nairobi and in Kabarak.
We have agreed to increase the numbers of our security personnel.
And they sang his praises and Mzee Moi sang a lady's praises.
It's a long way to the barricade, there's a long way to go. There's a long way to the barricade, to the sweetest girl I know.
Daniel Arap Moi's moments in tonight's Bullseye Special.
Live from Nation Center, this is NTV Weekend Edition with Edmund Nyabola.
Welcome to our broadcast tonight. Our sign language interpreter is David Agondoa. And to our top story, which unfortunately is a somber one. Sorrow, questions and calls for action formed the atmosphere at the Bukungu Stadium during the funeral service for 13 pupils who died in the Kakamega Primary School stampede on Monday. The government reiterated that it will give 100,000 shillings to each of the bereaved families to help in the burial costs. Zacchaeus Mwasame was at the service in Kakamega County and now reports.
The bodies of the 13 pupils left Kakamega Hospital Faro Mortuary at around 10:30 a.m. under a cloud of sorrow, headed for Bukungu Stadium for a mass. The file of caskets were under tents and pointed to the heavy reality that had the atmosphere sagging. Family, friends, teachers and various leaders gathered to give the young ones their last respect. The pain of the deaths is visible in the demeanor of the family members as they stand by the coffins, some barely having the strength to deal with the reality. Words of encouragement were spoken alongside calls for action.
Tumepata piko kubwa haswa kuwapoteza watoto wetu ambao ni watoto wachanga ambao hawana hatia yoyote.
The national government has been able to assist in a small way through donating 100,000 for each of the families that lost a child for support in funeral arrangements.
Hatuna safety and security measure guidelines katika shule zetu, na tumeongeza wingi wa wanafunzi katika shule zetu kwa huu policy ya 100% transition.
Leaders at the service called for speedy and in-depth investigations into the cause of the deadly stampede.
Hii maneno ya infrastructure in primary schools and secondary schools, sisi tunaona hii maneno should be devolved to the county government.
Zacchaeus Mwasame, NTV, Kakamega.
It has been an agonizing week for those families, and from here at Nation Media Group, we extend a word of pole to them. And staying with that story, it was meant to be a somber day to honor and bid farewell to the 13 pupils killed in that stampede 5 days ago, but politicians in their classic style got in the way and hogged the limelight. Bereaved families watched in consternation as the politicians selfishly tore into each other at the expense of the grieving families. Okokusa was there.
The tone of the ceremony took a different turn the moment the former senator for Kakamega County, Boni Halwale, rose from his seat and demanded that he be allowed to address the gathering.
Mimi kama mwenyeji wenye tumefiliwa, I am not supposed to speak. What kind of protocol is that?
Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, who was chairing the program at the time, had no choice but to give up the podium for the bullfighter.
You know,
the defiant Halwale did not waste time. He went straight for the throat of his political foes, attending the event, stirring the waters.
Mambo ya BBI ambayo wanataka wapatie mtoto ya Kenyatta nafasi ya kuendelea kuwa president wa Kenya, something which we don't want at all.
Those who addressed the gathering after Halwale seemed to have been set alight by his sentiments. The politics of the Building Bridges initiative was served hot, albeit in a veil.
Hiyo mambo mengine wacha nini na siasa ya kawaida na ya kupigana left, right and center, ambayo we are ready for it and we shall tackle it at the right time.
The Kenya National Union of Teachers officials attending the event were not left behind either. The Union Secretary General Wilson Sosion led his troops from the front in spoiling the air for the memorial service.
Mmekuwa mkijua kwamba walitaka kutoa mimi na kumaliza chama. Nawaambia chama iko imara, nimesimama. Na tumesimama sawa sawa.
But when he rose to speak, the ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi appeared to read from a different script.
Mimi sikutaka kuongea siasa nyingine, sikutaka kupiga siasa nyingine, because as a matter of principle, I've always maintained that let sober moments remain sober and somber moments.
Mmemupa Kupet chairman ameongea, mmemupa NAT secretary ameongea,
Mumekwisha? Sawa sawa. Haya, sasa ndugu yangu mtakuja.
So obsessed were they with their selfish political supremacy contests that no one remembered to accord the bereaving families a chance to give tributes to their loved ones. They were instead reduced to mere spectators at a big event to honor the little ones that departed prematurely, leaving them in anguish. The last thing they needed was for anyone to politicize their pain. Okukusa, NTV.
Now, the Kenyan students in China hoping to be evacuated from the epicenter of the novel coronavirus might have to wait longer. The Kenyan government says the option of evacuating the 91 students in Wuhan might cause more harm than good in efforts to curb the spread of the deadly virus that has claimed more than 700 lives globally.
Speaking to the media today during the interministerial update on the new strain of coronavirus, Macharia Kamau said that evacuating the Kenyans stranded in China is not an option for now.
The best possible option under the current circumstances might be indeed to remain where everybody is to avoid any challenges that might transpire in the process of evacuation.
The students have, however, raised their concerns over how the government is handling the situation in China and requesting the government to evacuate them from the city of Wuhan.
I'm pleading with my government to consider our safety.
I am a Kenyan and I plead with the Kenyan government to evacuate me from Wuhan.
I'm pleading with the government to make a swift movement in evacuating us from Wuhan city. The situation is becoming unbearable to all of us.
A number of African countries have evacuated their citizens from China, including Morocco and Egypt. Algeria also chartered a plane to take its citizens home, as well as nationals from Libya, Mauritania and Tunisia. The Kenyan students have expressed fear of victimization and the danger of losing their scholarship for coming out in the open to talk about the situation in Wuhan, a city on total lockdown. The government authorities say all is under control.
The government of Kenya continues to work closely with the government of China to monitor the well-being of Kenyans in China.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health has reiterated that it is taking measures to prevent the spread of the virus within the Kenyan borders.
The national government has also taken over a facility with an additional bed capacity of 120 beds at Bagathi District Hospital in a bid to enhance our readiness, just in case.
All the 7 unconfirmed cases have turned out negative. Meanwhile, the new strain of coronavirus cases on a Japanese cruise ship, Diamond Princess, have risen to 61. More than 3,700 passengers and crew face a 2-week quarantine at Yokohama Harbor. Globally, 31,431 cases have been reported, with the death toll now at 638. Eunice Omolo, NTV.
Preparations for the final national farewell for the late retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi are at an advanced stage. The government says it is prepared to honor the country's second head of state starting Saturday, when his body will lie in state at Parliament buildings. Leila Mohammed reports that Nyayo had declared the steps to be followed for his final resting place next to his late wife, Lena Moi.
Touch-ups were going on along Parliament Road early Friday morning. Even in death, the road, which was part of his political career till his retirement 18 years ago, is swept in anticipation of his presence at the August House in a few hours. At the mausoleum where his predecessor was laid to rest, flags fly at half-mast in honor of Nyayo, the country's second head of state, who walked in the footsteps of his former boss. The two gentlemen and former heads of this state being accorded full civilian and military honors. Beginning this Saturday, his body will lie in state for 3 days. The military set to secure the remains of a former commander-in-chief. Senior military officers joined Interior PS Karanja Kibicho, government officials and parliamentary leadership in going through the finer details of how the House will host a former member to allow Kenyans to give him their final goodbyes.
We expect the public to have arrived. They are holding ground in that neighborhood around Comesa ground, and because Parliament Road will be closed, there will be order there for a proper queue.
At the Nyayo National Stadium, work was going on, NYS staff getting briefed on what will be expected of them on Tuesday, the stadium getting a fresh coat of paint here and a cleanup there to host dignitaries from Kenya and outside the country.
There are all indications that the EAC heads of states will come.
The body of the late Nyayo will be driven into the Nyayo National Stadium for one last time, where Kenyans will gather to remember a man who was part of this country's history for 24 years before retiring in 2002 and heading to Nakuru County, where his body will be laid to rest.
While it has been reported that the state had requested to lay him in Nairobi, Moi himself had given instructions to his family that he would like to be buried in Kabarak, a place he made home, far away from Sacho, his birthplace. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
Now, members of the public will watch the late Daniel Arap Moi's funeral proceedings on Wednesday from 4 different locations across Nakuru and Baringo counties. This is according to Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, who says security will also be boosted. Bridget Ngana reports on the preparations at Kabarak.
The National State Funeral Committee was in Kabarak to assess the preparations ahead of Wednesday's burial service that will see the nation bid its final farewell to the second president, Daniel Arap Moi. It will be beamed live from different locations in Nakuru and Baringo counties.
We have agreed this morning that we will have the funeral service conducted here on Wednesday, but we will have about 4 other sites where the funeral service will be projected. One will be Afra Stadium in Nakuru. The other one will be in Baringo, in Sajo, and in Kabarnet. And another site that will be identified by the family within today.
The committee was received by a representative of the Moi family and the Kabarak University Vice Chancellor.
We are satisfied that the preparations are going on very well. The bits that are not done, we have agreed to increase the numbers of our security personnel and the others who are involved in this so that we can continue to prepare the grounds. We have agreed that the deadline for our preparations will be tomorrow evening, so that by tomorrow evening everything will be in place here. We will do another round of inspection on Monday, and then we'll begin our rehearsals Monday afternoon and on Tuesday in preparation for Wednesday.
In terms of clearance, no journalist will be barred from covering the event at Kabarak.
Nothing will go wrong. Everyone will be allowed to cover, and where we feel that we need to allow a measure of privacy for the family, we will also accord the family the request that they are made of us, so that we can do this solidly as the wonderful family of Kenya that we are.
The Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai, will on Saturday issue a detailed report on how Wednesday's state funeral will affect movement along the Nairobi-Eldoret Highway. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nakuru.
NTV will be covering the proceedings from tomorrow, when the body is expected to lie in state at Parliament buildings live from 7:30 a.m. So please make a date with us for the wall-to-wall full coverage of what will be happening from Lee Funeral Home all the way to Parliament buildings as well. And also on Tuesday and Wednesday in Kabarak and also at Nyayo National Stadium. Insecurity in northeastern Kenya appears to be escalating. A 70-year-old man has been murdered and his house set on fire by suspected Al-Shabaab militants in Songole village, that is in Garissa County. The family says the attackers kicked them out of the house before setting it on fire and shooting the elderly man to death as they watched. Their target is believed to be the victim's son, who is a Kenya police reservist. The militants also tried to storm into Hulugo Sub-County Hospital, where they destroyed the hospital's gate with an RPG and gunfire before special forces repulsed them. And still on insecurity in the northeast and the effect of it, more than 800 non-local teachers have left Mandera County after getting the green light from the Teachers Service Commission. The move, which is as a result of the insecurity fears in that region, has thrown the county's education sector into a spin. NTV's Ahmed Maulid reports on the situation that has left the remaining teachers overwhelmed.
It began as a usual day for pupils at Township Primary School in Mandera Town as they made their way to class. But it was not the usual day that they expected. 10 of their 15 teachers, non-locals, left the school without issuing notice. The 5 remaining teachers are now left with a burden of teaching more than 800 students spread out in 24 classrooms.
We are using the multi-grade method of teaching as well as the multi-shift method of teaching. We combined the candidate class 8 and 7, also 5 and 6, 4 and 3 were combined, and the others we used the ECD teachers who were available at the school.
The crisis is not exclusive to this school. More than 800 non-local teachers who form the bulk of the teaching fraternity in the county left in a half after getting the green light from their employer, the Teachers Service Commission TAC, over insecurity concerns.
We have 550 primary teachers who have left, and we also have 254 secondary schools who have left. And even the rest who are remaining, we expect them to follow suit.
Despite the crisis, the county education stakeholders, including the County Education Board, the Ministry of Education and school heads, are seeking to salvage the situation.
We are putting measures in place to make sure that our schools are going to learn. The board members, the BOMs, have been authorized to make sure that the teaching of the children or the schools go on. We are not closing any school.
TAC granted compassionate leave to teachers in the country's northeastern region following the Al-Shabaab killing of 3 teachers in Garissa County early January. The commission stands accused of overreacting.
Walimu wale wa private sector hakuna hata moja ametoka. So hii mambo ya kusema kwamba walimu wale wanafanya wa TSC peke yao ndio wanatafutwa sio ukweli. Sisi wote tuko hapa na tuko imara.
Ahmed Abdi, NTV, Mandera.
From education concerns to those in the health sector, the National Assembly Health Committee says it will investigate claims that the Nairobi Women's Hospital has been exploiting patients. The committee chairperson, Sabina Chege, says her team will look into the matter once Parliament resumes session next week and is asking all aggrieved persons to write to her committee. NTV's Silas Apollo walks us through the journey of what was founded as a safe haven to what is now perceived as less of a place of solace.
One morning in the early 2000s, a young medical doctor approached his boss with a business proposal. The young gynecologist had been thinking of a hospital where victims of gender-based violence could find hope and restoration through treatment and counseling. But his boss, not keen on the idea, advised the ambitious doctor to shelve it, or if he had to pursue the dream, start his own hospital. Not one to shy away from a good fight, Dr. Sam Thenya set on a mission to build a hospital that not only gave those victims a second chance, but also offered affordable, quality health care.
I founded this organization to increase access to healthcare, and that's why our geographical footprint, that's why we have 9 hospitals, opening the 10th one in Eldoret. The second one was to lower the cost.
The facility even attracted lucrative deals from investors such as Dolores Jordan, NBA star Michael Jordan's mother. In 2003, she says she was invited to visit the Nairobi Women's Hospital with about 40 beds. The line outside was long, but they were all treated whether they had money or not. A very moving situation which led her to reach out to Dr. Thenya and started working with him to try to get some equipment for the hospital, including some of the things hospitals in the United States threw away. The facility, at least in the public's eye, has been growing in line with its intended vision at first. But over 19 years since the facility first opened its doors in the upmarket neighborhood of Arlingam, its existence has been dogged by controversy. Its current image stands juxtaposed to the reputation the facility sought to build. The hospital has been accused of inflating patients' bills, something that insiders say has been a long-standing practice. Leaked internal messages show that patients were exploited through schemes such as unnecessary tests and admissions, as well as delayed discharges.
Let me say these allegations are not true. And at the same time say, this is not the Nairobi Women's Hospital board policy.
To the many who had pegged their hopes on the institution built on the foundation of providing a safe haven for the poor, the allegations could not have come at the right time.
Hii hospitali wamenifrustrate sana. Maana kila mara huwa wananipigia simu wakiniambia hii pesa unalipa kwa mwezi ni kidogo sana.
National Assembly Health Committee Chair Sabina Chega says the House team will investigate the matter.
We'll be calling the medical board so that they tell us whether there is anything that they know about Nairobi women. Our private hospitals, our insurances, please do not commercialize health in Kenya. And I keep on reminding them that this is blood money.
Dr. Thenya began by fighting for his dream. Now he's fighting the effects of patients' nightmares at a hospital that many say has turned from a haven into a hell-like experience. Silas Apollo, NTV.
23 minutes past the hour. You're watching NTV Weekend Edition. Time for a short breather, but we still have plenty more for you, so stay with us.
Welcome home to Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Your own urban sanctuary. A lifestyle waiting for you just 20 kilometers from the CBD. A place to unwind and get your health and fitness goals attained. A secure place for your family. A place for your children to have fun. A place to enjoy a sundowner. Success just doesn't happen. You have to make it happen. Make the impossible possible. Invest in Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Luxury you can afford. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
I am pleased by just the simple little things of life. And I promise if you take the time, you won't be looking for too long before you find this little secret of mine.
To the outer framers, the turtleneckers, the fringe growers, you don't need to hide anymore. Try Dettol Even Tone. It cleans and helps to reduce the appearance of blemishes caused by oil, dirt, and germs, giving your skin a healthy feel. Join the millions that have switched to Dettol Even Tone, now also in pomegranate fragrance, a healthier skin for an even better you. Brought to you by the Kenya Consortium of Medical and Health Professionals. Dettol, be 100% sure.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Your multi-bet is on its way to hit the bullseye. Oh, you lose one match, but only in Mozart. Mozart Refund, lose one game, get your cash back. Make a decision. Terms and conditions apply.
How did you end up being a kidney donor?
We lost an uncle in the family, and when one of his brothers came, Guy has been ailing, and he had been attending these dialysis sessions. I took pity on him. He didn't ask from me. I just took pity on him and I said, I'm going to donate my kidney.
Knowing what you've done, did you ask God, I've given someone a part of me, and then he passes? Did you go through that process?
The most difficult part was his burial. You know, to me, I wasn't burying a relative. I wasn't burying anyone else. I was burying a part of me.
Welcome home to Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Make the impossible possible. Success just doesn't happen. Invest in Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Attorney General Kihara Kariuki has filed a notice of appeal following the High Court's declaration that President Uhuru Kenyatta's failure to appoint the 41 new judges was unconstitutional. The AG terms the ruling as an overly legalistic interpretation of the Constitution, as Mel Miendo tells us.
The Office of the Attorney General is in the process of instituting an appeal after receiving the judgment of the High Court over the appointment of the 41 judges. A three-judge bench comprising Justices Lydia Achode, James Makau and Chacha Mwita ruled that President Uhuru Kenyatta's delay in appointing the judges was unconstitutional and that he is not mandated to make any changes or reviews to the appointments.
The President's failure to appoint the persons recommended for appointment as judges violates the Constitution and the Judicial Service Act.
But in its notice of appeal, the Office of the Attorney General differs, saying the reasoning adopted by the High Court serves to limit a president's ability to discharge his sworn duty of protecting the values and principles enshrined in the Constitution. The AG further termed the ruling as a negation of the Constitution's designation of the President as head of state and government, curtailing his solemn constitutional duty and authority in matters that require his hand and seal so as to be effected. The contest by the state, however, comes as no surprise to some.
In 2016, the Law Society of Kenya was in court over a similar matter.
Although the ruling concluded that President Kenyatta violated the Constitution, it however did not specify the time frame within which he must approve the promotions.
Okay.
This as the Judicial Service Commission has gone on record severally that the recommendation of the 41 judges went through a rigorous process. Mel Miendo, NTV.
Now, staying in the corridors of justice, the Supreme Court has denied claims of issuing orders suspending the vetting of nominated Nairobi County Deputy Governor Anne Kananu. County lawyer Joseph Kiarie wrote to the Supreme Court seeking clarification on the matter. Kananu was appointed on the 6th of January. The Nairobi County Speaker has said that she would not make any pronouncement on the appointment, but would wait on the advisory from the Supreme Court and the Attorney General. Elsewhere, trained and unemployed teachers have moved to the Employment and Labour Relations Court to oppose a move by the Teachers Service Commission and the Salaries and Remunerations Commission of employing them on temporary basis. They are also challenging the government's wages of 10,000 shillings for primary school teachers and 15,000 shillings for the secondary school teachers, which is subject to taxation. The case will appear for hearing on the 24th of February. From that, and the family of a 17-year-old girl who died on Tuesday at Bamba Police Station in Kilifi County is still pointing an accusing finger at the police. The claims follow the post-mortem results, which showed that the girl suffered head injuries and had signs of strangulation. The family, which is expected to get the report from the police, have said it is an attempt to subvert justice. The government pathologist is expected to carry out another post-mortem examination on Saturday. You're watching NTV Weekend Edition. It's time for another short break. When we come back, Dan Mwangi has the day's business. Stay with us.
The Mangu High School Alumni Foundation is holding the 2020 Annual Career Fair on 8th February 2020 at Mangu High School grounds, Thika. Various high schools, colleges, universities, select embassies, foreign study agencies, and various corporates shall be in attendance. Are you a Mangu High School alumni, friend of Mangu, or did you just miss an opportunity to join Mangu? For more information, call 0738 308 008.
Did you know that omega-3 and vitamin D
have benefits for our bodies. Try 7C's cod liver oil. The liquid fill capsule contains omega-3 to support heart, brain, and vision, and vitamin A and D to support strong bones, the immune system, and help maintain healthy skin and hair. Try 7C's today. Also available in your nearest pharmacy, 7C's multivitamin syrup.
Prepare yourself for a new live bet experience. Top minute, boosted live bet odds. Mozart, make a decision.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more and now you can win.
Kwa majina naitwa Samuel Wajohi kutoka Nyeri County. Kazi yenye nafanya ni ya kugonga kagoto, kuweka malori. Maisha yangu imebadilika sababu yada mahali nikalipa na tiru namba hii. By Tuesday asubuhi nikapigiwa na Safaricom. Ikasemekana mimi nimejishindia nyumba nalipa na M-Pesa. Funguo iko kwa mkono yangu na maisha yangu imebadilika kwa saa hii. Wenye wako nyumbani ama Kenya yote mahali iko, waendelee kushiriki na lipa na M-Pesa, tutazidi kushinda.
Lipa na M-Pesa and win now. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
Over the years, KEMRI has grown to become a world-renowned medical research institution. Join us on the 10th February 2020 as we celebrate our 40th anniversary. The hallmark of the anniversary celebrations is the 10th KEMRI Annual Scientific and Health Conference taking place between 11th and 13th February 2020 at the Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi. KEMRI will also have a free specialized medical camp in various counties across the country. Visit our website for more information.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. Panadol Extra, now with new Optizorb technology to fight multiple tough pains with 3 times more pain-relieving medicine in the first 30 minutes when you need it most. Seeing them support themselves makes any pain worth it. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Good evening and welcome to NTV Business. My name is Dan Mwangi. Now, the government has dismissed, or rather has sought to dismiss, fears that a new free trade agreement that it is negotiating with the United States will hamper the recently ratified African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Speaking in Washington, D.C., after meeting U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday, President Uhuru Kenyatta said the proposed new trade agreement will in no way undermine Kenya's commitment to the Continental Pact. The president said the deal will help increase trade volumes between the two countries. Upon conclusion, the U.S.-Kenya Free Trade Agreement will be the only second such agreement between the U.S. and an African country in what is largely seen as part of a renewed push by Trump's administration to counter China's influence in Africa.
Business environment, ourselves and the United States. Kenya was not only in the forefront during the negotiations of the Africa Free Trade Agreement, but we were also amongst the first countries to sign, and indeed the first country to ratify the arrangement. And our commitment to the Africa Free Trade area is unwavering.
Creditors of the Kenya Planters Cooperative Union will have to wait another 6 months to know the likelihood of the arrears being settled. This follows the government's decision to extend the liquidation duration by 6 months, with the 4 liquidators appointed in August 2019 having failed to conclude liquidation as earlier stipulated. In a Gazette notice, Acting Commissioner for Cooperative Development Geoffrey Njang'ombe extended the liquidators' term with effect from the 3rd of February. The process will see the 4 liquidators assess the financial health of the troubled 75-year-old Farmers Union and handle the process of disposing of assets. This happens in the wake of an appointment of a new board to head the new KPCU, which is set to administer the issuance of the 3 billion shillings cherry revolving fund, among other tasks. The government agencies associated with approvals and permits in the construction industry have now been put on notice to fast-track the approvals or see those who apply receive approvals by default for failure to attend to them. Alex Mwangi has the details.
The red tape associated with the processing of documents in the building and construction industry has now prompted the government to put its foot down by introducing regulation which, though necessary, may also be viewed by some as controversial.
So if you're a developer and you have put in your application and within 60 days you have not heard about your application, that application is actually deemed approved. All right, we are working on the regulation of how that is going to be, but it is law today.
The building and construction industry is critical to the success of the Big Four agenda. Right now, as we speak, however, it is plagued by delays in various processes which are preventing billions of shillings from flowing into the economy.
The approval process for building permits is tedious. There are just about 35 or 39 approvals that one has to get through before you can put shovels on the ground.
Over the last 10 years, Pan-African real estate financial firm Shelter Afrique has invested close to 50 billion shillings in Kenya through various housing schemes. It has also injected more than 200 million shillings in the Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company as it seeks to play its role to address the biting housing shortage in the country.
When you look at the shortage of housing in Kenya, let me talk about 2 million. You look at the mortgages in Kenya, it's very discouraging. 26,000. Now 26,000 and 2 million tells you there's a challenge. So we've got to come up with innovative products.
Kenya will play host to the 39th annual general meeting of Shelter Afrique between 8th to 12th June this year in Malindi, where delegates from over 40 countries are expected to attend. Alex Mwangi, NTV.
As the country prepares to lay the late former President Daniel Arap Moi to rest on Wednesday next week, some private sector stakeholders are urging present-day leaders to take stock of both the strengths and weaknesses President Moi had in shaping the business environment. One such leader is Grain Bulk Limited Chair Mohamed Jafar, who says there is a lot to learn from Moi's 24-year reign. We apologize for that small issue with the sound. Nonetheless, we move on, and the Extension Service is one of the priority functions of the agricultural sector within core poverty alleviation programs. A well-functioning agricultural extension service is one of the critical inputs required for increased productivity to transform subsistence farming into modern and commercial farming, attain food security, improve incomes, and reduce poverty. But since the devolution of agriculture, that service seems to have fizzled out, leaving farmers across the country on their own. On Food Friday tonight, Zainab Wandati looks at how farmers in Kiambu County are learning to be their own extension officers.
The provision of extension services is considered critical to the success of the agriculture sector, but the nature and the quality of this service has evolved as the economic circumstances and budgets changed. And while farmers had hoped that devolution would bring these extension officers closer to them, that service has instead fizzled out, leaving the farmers on their own devices or to find a way around it.
And the farmers all over
Nyagoti village, Kiambu County.
This is maturing.
Joki, a farmer in this village, takes her fellow farmers through how best to grow maize. She's a village-based advisor, taking on the roles of extension service providers to educate her fellow farmers, thus plugging the gaps left behind by the countrywide shortage of extension workers.
One ward agriculture officer is in charge of between 4,000 and 5,000 farmers. And without vehicles, without facilitation, then the extension officers are actually locked in their offices.
What we're lacking critically is information, okay? Good agronomic practices. Farmers haven't been visited by an extension worker for many years.
The village-based advisor system is one that mimics the community health volunteer system used in the health sector. The farmers in a village basically elect one of them to serve as a VBA.
These are young farmers who are entrepreneurs, but they are also trained and they go training other farmers. So one VBA who is a farmer is in charge charge of 100 or 150 farmers.
Kulima wanasoma na mahindi yetu na mashamba yetu, sababu tukipanda mahindi, wakija wakiona mahindi yetu, kila mkulima huwa anafuatilia, anataka kujua hiyo mahindi ni mahindi gani.
Nimepata experience ya kulima na sikuwa najua kulima.
In February 2018, the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa began providing technical advice to help deliver extension services in Kiambu and Embu counties, targeting 250,000 farmers. Since then, at least 750,000 farmers have been trained as village-based advisors in the two counties, and the farmers have reported improved yields.
Tulikuwa tunapata gunia 2, hata ukipanda ekari moja yote unapata gunia 2. But saa hii nikipata eka moja hata napata more than 30 sacks.
Nilikuwa nafuna gunia moja. Sasa gunia moja na niko na watoto haikuwa inatosha. Lakini sasa naweza afuna hata gunia 4 kwa hiyo plot.
Look at this. We're getting two cobs for one plant.
Tungetaka kaunti igirie ndio tusaidiwe sana sana juu ya kuangalia mchanga. Cause hata trainings zinaweza pangwa sababu hata wakulima wengine hawajui mambo ya kuangalia hiyo mchanga.
Following the success of the system in Kiambu and Embu counties, the Kiambu County government says it is in talks with other counties to scale the system countrywide. Zainab Wandati, NTV, for Food Friday in Kiambu County.
Let's now take a look at how the markets closed the week. That's it for business. Myself, it's a wrap for me. Good night.
Sensitivity is a short, sharp pain that people experience when they have something hot or cold getting to the nerve of the tooth, causing that discomfort. If the sensitivity is left alone, it may get worse. Dentists recommend Sensodyne to their patients. It's able to get inside the tooth and calm the nerve of the tooth down, and the proof's in the results. It works.
Kwa majina ni Shida sana. Mimi ni mchezaji tu. Ndoto yangu mimi iko nitachezea Harambee Starlet niende ngambo. Nikirudi tasaidia mamangu kwa shida. Na ninaona hii ndoto itaanza na Betika na community.
Hii timu yenye hii msichana yangu anachezea, tulianza tukiwa na maono, tunataka tukuze talents ya wasichana sababu wasichana huwa wanabaki nyuma na wanaenda ma street.
We are very excited because every time we see the excited faces of the young players when they get their kids and their new balls, it gives us a urge to continue investing in the communities.
Betika na community iliongeza morali kwa timu ya Gusii Starlet mpaka wakapiwa mtu mabao 23. Tukiwa na Betika na community, hii timu itaenda mbali, itacheza premier na watoto watajisaidia.
Meru County Government brings you the first ever Mount Kenya Mountain Running Championship on 22nd February 2020. Come run for a cause to fight cancer, boost environmental conservation, and promote Meru County as a tourist destination. The proceeds from this run go towards the building of the first ever Cancer Institute in Meru Level 5, which will be used to do research on cancer, create awareness, advise on preventive measures, offer diagnosis and treatment. Register to be part part of the event at www.mountkenyarun.co.ke. Challenging the heights.
What do you see on the horizon? They say how you start your decade will determine how the rest of it will be. Imagine a decade full of opportunities, investment being one of them. Do you want a place to feed your mind, body and soul? A place to unwind every day, where you can get your health and fitness goals attained? A secure place for your family? A center for quality academic goals for your kids? Or perhaps a place to connect with your friends? Well, you can get all this and more at Amani Ridge, the place of peace, just 20 kilometers from the CBD. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
Welcome to our big family. You see, in this family, we have fun together and we look out for each other because we care. We share whatever we have. We protect and support each other. Welcome home, where we love and care for each other. We're so excited that you're joining us.
Welcome to the new member of our Nivea family. New Nivea Petroleum Jelly Essence, enriched with glycerin for long-lasting moisture and protection.
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's now time for Bullseye. And the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi was a powerful yet also an ordinary mortal being. He laughed and joked, and even more interestingly, he sang. Did you know that? Here now are some of the great moments of the late president as captured on Bullseye.
Power katika kontinenti la Afrika, kwamba kuna mtu anaweza kuwacha power ya urais.
When I retire, I have something I retire with.
Msichana na mvulana anamwambia msichana, I love you. I can even jump over the fire. Na akaandika chini akasema, I'll see you on Saturday if it does not rain. Sasa mnajua mapenzi gani hiyo? Kama hawezi kuja tu kwa mvua. When I was a young boy, I went to school and we were learning a song which was saying at that time, and I suppose the teacher was coming from Northern Ireland, and it was saying, there is a sweet girl in Tipperary. So at that time, I thought the best girl is found in Tipperary and nowhere else. But later I discovered that we have the best in Africa, and therefore we must teach the things we think are good for our people. Because that song was, it is a long way to Tipperary, it is a long way to go. It is a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Now, there are sweet girls in our own country. And we should not despise ourselves of not being anything. We can do the best.
Nani ataichukua hii kiti yangu nikishatoka? Lakini mimi
nataja moja kwanza, alafu watafanya na wengine. Na huyo ni huyu mzee Uhuru Kenyatta. Kwa nini mimi nasema mzee Uhuru Kenyatta? Atakuwa mzee wa mji. Kila mtu atajitetea, maana ni mwisho utahesabiwa yale uliofanya katika ulimwengu. Mbele ya Mungu sisi ni wageni na sisi ni wasafiri, na sisi ni kama kivuli ambao huonekana na utoweka. Kama yuko mtu ametukana mimi, namsamehe. Na kama yuko mtu ambaye nimesema chochote ambaye kimeumiza roho yake, unisamehe.
Quite refreshing to see that side of the former head of state. And we will see you tomorrow if it does not rain, as we bid him farewell. And even if it does rain, because we love you so much, we will jump over the fire to bring you those live pictures of the procession all the way to Parliament, and as well on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's time for the sports with Brian Otwal after this short break. Stay with us.
Get an 8-acre plot at Kenya shillings 150,000 for cash buyers or 175,000 for installment buyers. Welcome to our open day on 15th February 2020. SMS plot to 21595.
Over the years, Camry has grown to become a world-renowned medical research institution. Join us on the 10th February 2020 as we celebrate our 40th anniversary. The hallmark of the anniversary celebrations is the 10th Camry Annual Scientific and Health Conference taking place between 11th and 13th February 2020 at the Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi. Camry will also have a free specialized medical camp in various counties across the country. Visit our website for more information.
Molfix breathable surface developed with airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I've found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
Your multi-bet is on its way to hit the bullseye. Oh, you lose one match, but only in Mozart. Mozart Refund, lose one game, get your cash back. Make a decision. Terms and conditions apply.
E-waste defines all electronics that are obsolete or are overtaken by technology. Take initiative to dispose safely. Reach us on email or the numbers on your screen.
How did you end up being a kidney donor?
We lost an uncle in the family, and when one of his brothers came, Guy has been ailing, and he had been attending these dialysis sessions. I took pity on him. He didn't ask from me. I just took pity on him and I said, I'm going to donate my kidney.
Knowing what you've done, did you ask God, I've given someone a part of me, and then he passes. Did you go through that process?
The most difficult part was his burial. You know, to me, I wasn't burying a relative. I wasn't burying anyone else. I was burying a part of me.
Welcome home to Amani Ridge, the place of peace. Make the impossible possible. Success just doesn't happen. Invest in Amani Rich, the place of peace. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
NTV Sport in association with MozartBet. SMS NTV to 29990.
Let's have a look at the day's sports news. Welcome, my name is Brian Otual. Football Kenya Federation has set the 27th of March as the day for the national elections, which is just 3 days before the FIFA deadline to wrap up the contentious electoral process. The county nomination period will kick off on the 13th February, after which the Elections Board will verify interested candidates and publish a preliminary list. The National Executive Committee and presidential nomination process will then follow up in mid-February, and an appeals window will be opened for aspirants who are not with the board's decisions, after which a final list of candidates will be published as per the calendar. The nominees who pass the criteria for the 3 levels of elections will be notified of their candidatures on the 2nd of March. And Kariobangi Sharks beat KCB 1-0 in a Kenyan Premier League clash played at the Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos in the only KPL match of the day. Patrick Otieno netted the lone goal of the match in the 70th minute that lifted the Bankers to 4th on the log with 38 points. The Slum Boys, however, remain in 12th position with 19 points from 20 matches. Saturday will see champions and league leaders Gor Mahia take on Sofapaka at the Narok Stadium. Chemelil welcome Posta Rangers at the Moroni grounds. Mathare United knock heads with Zoo FC at the Kasarani Stadium, and Kakamega Homeboys will be away to Bandari at the Mbaraki Stadium. And Sunday will be a clash of former champions AFC Leopards taking on Tusker FC at the Afraha Stadium. And the Betika National Super League will enter match day 23 this weekend, with league leaders Nairobi City Stars hosting Coast Steamer at the Camp Toyoyo. City Stars, who have taken to the field 22 times, top the NSL standings with 55 points, 10 in front of second-placed Bidco United, who welcome Muranga Seal at Thika Stadium on Sunday. Elsewhere, Ushuru FC will hope the league leaders leading scorer Brian Yakama maintains his hot shooting streak when they play Kibera Black Stars at the Camp Toyoyo grounds, as Shabana FC welcome Administration Police at the Gusii Stadium. Meanwhile, online gaming firm Betika launched Phase 2 of the sponsorship, dubbed Betika na Community, on Friday. Under the initiative of 150 competing teams from the country got in-kind provision of uniforms, financial support, kits, balls and nets, and other sports equipment.
Na ndio tunasema ya kwamba kama Betika tuimarishe kipawa cha kila mtu, tuimarishe ubunifu wao, tuimarishe nguvu zao za kukua ambitious, tuimarishe talanta zao, na tutembee nao safari yote ambayo tunaenda. Na hatutaki mtu yoyote awachwe nyuma, sehemu zote za Kenya na kaunti yote.
And the Kenya Cup action takes a break this weekend, paving way for the round of 16 clashes in the top-tier Enterprise Cup and the Lower Mwamba Cup competition. Top Fry Nakuru FC are the first team through to the next round of the competition after their opponents Mombasa pulled out of the competition. Defending champions Kabras Sugar begin their title defense with a home fixture against Menengai Oilers. Last year's losing finalists Impala will be at home to championship side Mean Machine, while KCB plays Strathmore University in Ruaraka. 2018 winners Homeboys travel to Kenya Harlequins, while Nondis welcome Masinde Muliro to the Jamhuri Park. In other matches, Black Blood clash with Western Bulls, and Mwamba FC take on Kisumu. At Mount Kenya, mountain running received a 10 million shilling sponsorship boost from Kevian Kenya Limited, manufacturers of Mount Kenya bottled water and Pick and Peel juices. With their sponsorship, Kevian will be both the presenting and hydration partner for the event set to be held in Meru County on the 22nd of February. Elite and non-competent runners will have a chance to run on the foot of Mount Kenya in a bid to raise funds to help in the fight against cancer, boost environmental conservation, and promote the region as a tourist destination. The run targets over 5,000 participants and spectators who will take part in the different categories of the run, including the elite 12-kilometer run, 8 and 6-kilometer junior run, as well as the 2-kilometer family run.
We'll be taking the dehydration angle of the whole event, and therefore we as manufacturers of Mount Kenya water, which is very, very relevant to the event, and in fact is quality.
The event, which is being very professionally managed by IMG and supported by the county government of Meru, is the first of its kind in our region, and we are very, very happy that Kevian has decided for the first time to give us a very, very big boost.
And Everton take on Crystal Palace, the match kicking off day 26 of the English Premier League in the early kickoff at the Goodison Park. The Toffees will be without Fabian Delph, who will be serving a one-match ban after his second sending off last time out. Palace Lonnie, that is Chang Toson, is ineligible to face and globally renowned comedian, that is Trevor Noah, getting into the courts as we get those pictures, all for a one cause to raise funds for Roger Federer's Match for Africa fundraiser. That is that